Well, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Erin. I'm helping with the Hub Virtual Center here in Canada for the Brahma Kumaris, along with Debbie Castle, who is also here. And we're joined by Lida today, who is one of the coordinators of the Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center in Edmonton. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for inviting me this morning. I really look forward to sharing with both of you and talking a little bit about the Edmonton Centre. It's great.
Oh, great. We were just wondering if you could share a little bit about the spirit of the Meditation Center in Edmonton for folks that haven't been there before, and what is a special quality, for example, that you've experienced there?
Just very quickly, a little bit of history, because I think Edmonton is one of the oldest centers in Canada, actually. And we came from, very, very humble beginnings in a very small little old house in the inner city area, actually, of Edmonton, a very high crime area and not very nice. And so, we'd be going to the center and you wouldn't know what to expect or who you'd run into, or some very, interesting events that would occur. But, as soon as you walked in through the doors of the center, it's like you had entered someplace else. It was like an oasis of peace, of just, it felt so powerful, so beautiful, the energy and the vibrations. And so that was always something that struck me immediately. It didn't matter what was happening outside. And so, fast forward, we've moved a few times and we've ended up in our present location. Actually, we've been here, I think, about 27 years now, I think. And just recently we had new ownership. And so in the last few years, they've done some renovating. So the exterior and the interior has undergone some changes, modernized and all of that. But I think even though now we're in a professional office location, it's not a house anymore, and you've got offices and other businesses around us, it's still the same thing. When you walk into the center, you still get that same feeling. You're not aware anymore of what else is out there and around you, that you are in a kind of a business location, because it has that same feeling that you've entered this place that has this energy of just, you feel like you're in like some sort of ashram. It feels very peaceful, very welcoming, and everybody feels like the energy and the vibration in there so powerful. And so I think that's the thing that sort of really struck me a lot with the center. And we've been very fortunate, because over all those years, we've had so many people come, all the senior yogis who have come to give programs and classes and talks. So we've benefited from all those vibrations and everything, and accumulated all that in the center. And so everybody now can take the benefit of that. And I think as far as the qualities, I'd like to, of the Edmonton Centre that come up all the time, and this is basing this on, all the souls, all the people who have come over the years, be they guests or visitors or students or people coming to public programs or regulars that are there. I think the things that keep coming up over and over again that are expressed about the Edmonton Centre is words like generosity, warmth and caring, and family feeling, I'd say, would be another one that comes up a lot. And it's something that we really, have made a lot of effort for over the years. And interestingly enough, we have people that have had to move for whatever. We have a family, for example, that were coming regularly and had to move to the United States because of work. And another sister that was coming, a lady that had been coming way back in the beginning when we first were in the old house, and has moved to BC since and gone on to do other things. But still, they all keep in connection with us in Edmonton, and these are the things they express all the time. Is that they haven't they what they felt was really unique here. They really felt that they belonged here as family, and that they were always welcomed, and there was always that very, you know, caring feeling there, and that they still connect to, even though they're not there. So it's it's very lovely to hear that, and it's lovely that we, you know, have that atmosphere has been created there. So yeah, I'd say that probably is what I describe the kind of qualities of the Edmonton Centre.
That's wonderful, Lida. I can remember I visited only once, and I can remember the feeling of the oasis coming on the big street that you were on in a business section, and the sense of caring about the people who were living at some distance, but you still brought them in by phone back then. So it's really great to hear that continues. And also wanted to know, we know you do so much to keep those ones, the BKs, in touch and serve them in the center. And that it's the BKs that you're supporting. What are some of the things that at this time, there's so much people are doing across Canada, but for the BKs there, what kinds of things have you been able to do over this past few years with online programming?
Okay, so I think one of the things with Edmonton is that we've never really had any real experienced IT people here.
Yeah.
So as you're saying, we've never really gone on to social media and done a lot on, you know, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. And I think also, just going back to what I said with the quality of the Edmonton Centre, we've always had a very tactile, I think, hands-on approach to doing things. And it seems to be that everybody has really liked that. People want to come physically to the center. They like the atmosphere and they want to do things. And so we've worked with everything that way. Of course, pandemic, you know, things change. And so I think what we're finding now, that we've taken a bit of a learning curve, and so we have been now using Zoom a lot, and we were able to set things up so that we have for the regular BK students, that we have classes and things online that we connect to, meditations, etc. We do offer meditations for the public that they can join in on, and there's several evenings a week, and of course World Meditation Hour, which is every third Sunday of the month. Everybody's welcome to join for that. So we've been doing that, and we're going to, you know, we've had a few people now that have been waiting, and we're wanting to do it, you know, in person at the center as far as courses and classes. And so at this point, it still doesn't look like that's going to necessarily be happening, but for the new year now, we're going to be setting up. So we'll be offering, at this point, we're able to offer English, Hindi, and we even can offer French. So we'll be able to offer the course in several different options, and that will be available. So anybody who's interested can keep an eye out. We'll be posting that information. And as you said, Debbie, I mean, in terms of online offerings, at the moment, we're leaving it to the pros. I think there's so much being done out there, and there's so many very capable BKs who are giving wonderful talks and lectures and classes and meditations. So anybody who goes online will have plenty of wonderful offerings to choose from, and they'll be well served. So we're going to sort of focus on what we can do and try and do it well, and see how things expand as time goes on.
That's great.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, it's lovely to hear how you and Ron and the other core members of the Edmonton Meditation Center have been keeping yourselves, you know, looked after during this time, but also looking after the long-time students of Raja Yoga out there in Edmonton throughout the pandemic, and supporting those who've been studying as times have changed. And it's really beautiful looking
As
after
you-
sort of your spiritual family.
yeah. And as you
Yeah.
say, and we're lucky that we have a very, strong core group and who have really kind of, stayed together and have really, made the maximum effort to sustain everything and keep everything going. And so it's played a big part. And in fact, if anything, it's really brought us even closer together. Everybody wanted to make sure that we didn't lose that connection, and we, and so everybody made extra effort to keep everything going. And then, of course, the few days that we do go to the center, everybody really appreciates it. Things you take for granted suddenly seem very, very special. To be there together like that, it feels very special. And I think, hopefully the day is coming when we can open up the doors. I know lots of souls and people who have not been to the center before would like to come and experience it. And so hopefully that day is coming soon.
Lovely. And what is a gem of wisdom that you would like to pass on to everyone at this time on behalf of the Edmonton Meditation Center and from yourself personally? A gem of wisdom.
Well, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, there's so many gems of wisdom. You could pick from an infinite list, but I thought, why not focus on the biggest gem of wisdom of all that we receive? And it's the first gem of wisdom you receive when you come through the doors of the Brahma Kumaris Center and you come in. And for me, it was transformative. And that was just a very simple information. And that was finding out that I'm not this physical body. I'm not a physical being. I'm actually a spiritual being, a soul, a point of energy, point of light, consciousness. And unlike this physical body, which deteriorates and is temporary and leaves, I'm eternal, I'm immortal, I can't die. It seems on the surface a very simple, straightforward piece of information, but actually it's, when we know that, it transforms everything, transforms your awareness, transforms your stage, your vision, your perception, your attitude, action. It really literally transforms your whole world. I think this is the most amazing thing, and everything, the basis of everything we do in Raj Yoga starts right there. And so often in Raj Yoga we say, it's both the first lesson and the last lesson. And so I think because everything else we do adds to that, and in a sense deepens our understanding and experience of that, it takes, after all these years that I've been there, over 30 years, it's still a learning experience, and it's still a process of going deeper and deeper into that experience. And it's so profound, it's beyond words. And so I hope everybody at some point, can have that experience, and that everybody gets a chance to really, because it is something that nobody in the world is really thinking about or paying attention to, and yet it's the most important thing that we can do at this time. So yeah, that would be, I think, as I say, there's so many other things one can say, but I think that one is the main one, and it's certainly changed my life when I heard that. So, and it's been changing my life ever since, in a good way. So yeah, I think that'll do it.
That's so true for me too. To get that right at the beginning and be part of an ongoing learning process, that it's always about, there's more I can learn, to be in that consciousness. So thank you so much, Lydia, for being with us and sharing more about the Edmonton Centre.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for inviting me and making it so easy. I really appreciate it. Yeah, chance to share about our center and some of the things that we do.